Bikes are good for the environment, good for you, and they're good for getting around. In other words, they're a really good form of transport for getting to school, your friends, or the shops, which means you need to ride on the road, so you have to keep to the same rules as everyone else. But before you go out on the road, you need to be able to control your bike well. Practicing like this helps. Right, let's start with your bike. Even before you put a wheel on the road, you need to know that your bike's okay to ride. Here's a simple check you should do each time you take your bike out. Are your tyres pumped up? Anything loose? Chain okay? Oh, and most important, do your brakes work? That only took 20 seconds, but it's much better to find a fault before you start to ride than find it on the way down a very steep hill. Signals are something you need to know. They let drivers know what you're going to do. The ones you'll use are those to turn right and left. Cars, trucks, buses, etc. all have indicators. You have your arms. Putting out your right arm like this means you're going to turn right. Putting out your left arm means you're going to turn left. Obvious, really. But remember, give the signal clearly and long enough for people to understand what you want to do. Before you give any signal, you must look behind, and you must be able to look behind whilst riding along and not wobbling. You can practice away from the road like this. Let's have a look at gears. Most bikes now have a whole bunch of gears to play with. This bike's got lots of gears, but choosing the best gear to start off is crucial. If you choose too high a gear, you'll never get started. Too low a gear, and your legs might be a blur on the pedals, but you won't be going anywhere very quickly. The answer is to practice away from the road and find out the best gear for every situation, and to practice changing gear as you ride along. Right, let's look at starting off on the road. First, wheel your bike to the curb like this and get on from the curbside. Once you're on your bike, then put your right pedal in the 10 past 2 position like this. This means you get maximum power from your legs for a fast getaway. The other benefit is that your left leg is on the curbside, which means if you slip now, you fall away from the road and not into it. The next bit is fairly obvious. You need to look behind you like this. A good look. If it's safe, away you go. When you're riding along, try to keep about a metre from the curb. It keeps you away from grids and road debris that collects near to the road edge. Also, when you're riding along, look behind you occasionally. You need to know what's going on all around you all of the time. You'll definitely ride past road junctions. When you come across one like this, it's a good idea to keep your brakes covered just in case you need to stop. When there's a car waiting in the junction, try and make eye contact with the driver. Country lanes can present their own problems. Whilst they're very pleasant to ride along, they tend to be narrow, so if you come across a sharp bend you can't see around, listen for approaching traffic and be prepared to stop if there's limited space. Let's practice stopping. You can practice this away from the road. To stop quickly, you need to use both brakes. Practice until you can stop smoothly without skidding. When you stop on the road, get off your bike on the curbside like this. You'll definitely come across parked vehicles like this, and you may come across a slower moving cycle which you need to overtake. Do it like this. Look behind. You signal only if it's necessary. Remember, car doors may open suddenly, not too close as you pass. To turn left for a major to a side or minor road, you first have to look behind you and give a left signal. You need both hands on the bars before turning. And just before you turn, another quick look behind. Let's see that again. Look, signal, look again, turn. This left turn is slightly trickier. Again, when you're approaching the junction, look behind and give a clear left signal. When you're near to the junction, have another look behind, and if there's no traffic coming, you can ride into the major road. If there is traffic coming, you need to stop. Get your pedals ready like this. Look all around for traffic, and if it's clear, pull out into the major road. Right turns are more difficult than left turns because the cyclist has to move near to the centre of the road. Not the best place to be, but necessary to make the turn. To turn right into a major road, first look behind for traffic. If it's safe, then give a right signal and move towards the centre of the road. When near the centre, make sure both hands are on the handlebars. Keep looking behind and all around for traffic. If there's traffic coming, stop at the junction. Set the pedals ready for starting. Look all around for traffic and if safe, look again. This is called a lifesaver. And then pull out to complete the turn. Let's see that one more time. Look behind and signal. Hands on the bars and stop. Lifesaver look. Complete the turn. You don't need to stop if there's no traffic coming. This is by far the most difficult of turns and needs a lot of practice on quiet roads before trying it where there is traffic. Like all the other turns, you need to look behind and if safe, signal and move near to the centre of the road. Both hands on the handlebars here and keep looking for traffic. If there is no traffic coming towards you, look behind again and make the turn. If there is traffic, then wait until it's clear, then turn. And once more, look, signal, look again, and if safe, turn. Finally, let's have a quick look at road signs. There's lots of them to learn, but some are put there specially for cyclists. This one shows a footpath which also serves as a cycleway. You need to look out for pedestrians here. Okay, that's it. But remember, practice riding and planning routes with an experienced cyclist before you venture out on your own. Enjoy your cycling.